it's kind of confusing for those of us who aren't transgendered and don't really understand what the best terminology is. So, but a lot of people today just kind of abbreviate the term transgendered and use trans, even though they're saying that they shouldn't use it. So I guess if you want to know, you should ask a person who's transgendered what they want to be called. And that's what you should call them. Just as with a gay person, a gay man doesn't want to be called a homosexual. He wants to be called gay or whatever he wants to be called. And I think that's the reason why. Then there's intersexed. Intersex people, are people who are basically, it's a general term, and people who are born with a reproductive or sexual anatomy that doesn't really seem to fit the typical definitions of male or female. So a lot of times they'll have both genitalia or part of one genitalia and another, and so it can be a combination of different sexual organs that they have, and they could have them inside and you can't see them. Like a boy could have ovaries inside, but you never know that, or a girl could have testicles inside that never have dropped or something. I mean, or a boy could have a vagina and a penis, or vice versa. So, I mean, that's what intersex is, to my understanding, and that's what the word I comes from when you're talking about GLBTQIA. And then we get to ally, which I mentioned earlier, and asexual. And I don't know if like I said, I don't know how most people feel about asexual or versus ally. But I think I prefer ally, because ally means all the people who are on our side. And that's good and important to be part of the movement that we have created as being GLBTQIA people. And I'm still not sure if I think asexual people should be part of our movement or not. I watched a documentary on this a few years ago, and a lot of them feel that they are what's the word? People are, bigoted or prejudiced towards them. People in the gay community are, and they don't feel included or that they're inclusive towards them. And I think it's fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having them around and being part of our movement. I just don't think we necessarily need to change the A to mean from ally to asexual. Or I guess you could just add another A on the end. I don't know. But eventually you're going to have so many freaking acronyms. It's going to be like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious when you read it. So I don't know if it's what it really stands for. I guess we'd have to ask somebody who's in the know. But I think that as far as I know, that it does stand for ally. And so when you're talking about people who are GLBTQIA, you're talking about people who are part of these communities. And that's the great thing about our community, is that we are so diverse. We have so many different types of people as part of our group. And because of that, we have a large swath of the population, included people who are disenfranchised, people who are oppressed, people who are looking to have the same rights that everyone else has. And to have all of us under the same umbrella is a great thing, because it gives us more clout and gives us more of a voice in making things happen. And that's what's important, that we continue to fight for our rights, whether we're gay, lesbian, bi, transgender, questioning, intersex, or an ally. Oh, I didn't say B, which is bisexual, which I thought it was obvious, but B stands for bisexual. And people often, I told you this in the previous show, go hard on bisexuals, because they say that they're not really bisexual, they're just all the way to gay or whatever. And that's not true. I do believe there are bisexual people who are truly bisexual, who really just love people for whatever they are, male or female. They love them. They can fall in love with them. They can be sexually attracted to both sexes. I think that's perfectly fine and true and valid. And so I do not believe that people are not bisexual. I believe it's true that they are. And to say to someone that, oh, this is your truth, and you're telling me this is your truth, but it's not, is just as bad as saying to a gay person, oh, you say you're gay, but you're just confused. I mean, it's really the same thing. So I try to honor them and be respectful of their sexual proclivities, just like I would expect them to be, to honor my own, or I would expect a heterosexual person to honor mine. You can't ask for something and then not give it to people when you're put in the same position. That's hypocrisy, and I don't believe in being hypocritical. So anyway, fortunately, we have all these people on our side, in our group of people, and we're going to continue to fight for our rights as we do, and so as we have. We have made a great deal of progress with the gay and lesbians in the society, gay, lesbians, and bi, I guess, in the society, because of gay marriage and gay rights, et cetera, so on and so forth, that you've seen lately. But when it comes to transgender people, they still don't have the same rights that we have, and we as being the gay people, in some instances, and I think that they should. And also, intersex people should be able to claim whichever sex that they identify with, which I think in some states they can. So I don't really think that our job is done by any means. Even once we have accomplished the things we want for the gay and lesbian and bi community, we still have things to accomplish for the transgender community and the other parts of our community as well. So that's what I wanted to say about dissecting the GLBTQIA. That's the show tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with show number 24. And thank you for listening. Good night.